It is our final morning in Maui, and we're going to make a couple of pit stops on the way out to the airport before we fly home. We're also going to give you some of our final thoughts on the best places to go, best things to do, and best places to eat on the island of Maui. If you enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you really want to show us your support, please subscribe to our channel and ring that notification bell so you can be notified of all of our latest videos that come out. So I started off our final morning by heading down to Lahaina to get some amazing drone footage. All right, so it is Saturday morning. It's our last morning here in Maui. We leave our condo here in a few hours and travel to the airport, drive to the airport and catch a flight here this afternoon that'll take us back to Portland, where we'll drive home to Eugene from there. And so it's a little sad to be leaving Maui today. I'm excited to get to see the girls tonight. I'm definitely missing Lydia and Gia a lot, and it'll be nice to get to see them. All right, so we are all packed up and got everything straightened up that we need to around the condo. We're gonna start loading stuff into the car and check out here at Papakea and drive over by the airport. We're gonna get some malasadas over there. This condo here at Papakea Resort, A204, has been absolutely incredible. It's really pretty, it's great. It's couples, it's only for couples, it's not for kids. But you can see why. It's really, really nice and well taken care of. The view is incredible. I'd highly encourage any couples coming over here for special times, anniversaries or whatever, to think about getting A204 at Papakea Resort. The hosts were extremely kind and gracious and answered all our questions and checked in on us to see how we were doing. It was a really smooth, easy process, and the condo here that we stayed at was absolutely beautiful. All right, we are back at Home Maid Bakery where we were on Monday. They had amazing malasadas, so we decided since it's over by the airport, we would come back the day we're flying out and get some more of them. Okay, so these are the malasadas from Home Maid Bakery, and we've got 5 plain and 2 cream filled, and these might just be the best malasadas we've tried on Maui. The ones at the bakery are great, but these ones are pretty darn good. All right, so we like to come to this food truck park right after we land, and we also try to come here right before we take off. The food here is just incredible. It's as good as some of the restaurants that you'll go to on Maui, and it's fresh made, and you're supporting local businesses. So we really like coming to food truck parks like this, and the food is just absolutely incredible. Tie Me Up, which is where I always go, have some fried pork ribs that are just out of this world. Gia and I both liked them when we were here visiting, and I already had them when we landed this time around. I'm having them on the way out as well. So yeah, I'd highly recommend the food truck park by Costco anytime you guys are landing or taking off out of Kahului, or just over in this area for the day. This is Angie's favorite coconut water stand, so she's gonna get a coconut water before we go to the airport and get me a Pepsi or something. All right, so there's Angie's. It is a shrimp pad thai from Tie Me Up.
Looks delicious.
Looks very, very good. And then she's got a coconut water right there to go with it. And I got the fried pork ribs, which are amazing. and a Pepsi to go with it. Should make for a good last lunch before we head to the airport. All right, we are inside the Maui Airport now. Heading to our gate in just a few minutes. All right, so we are now at our gate, getting ready to board the plane here in the next 20 or 30 minutes or so. Then we got about a 5.5 hour flight back to Portland. All right, so we got back from Maui yesterday and we're back home, and we thought we would do one last video to kind of wrap up our thoughts about our trip and kind of summarize some of our experiences. So the first thing we want to talk about is what our favorite activity was that we did on our trip to Maui. And I want to start off by saying that's really hard to just pick one because there was so many.
We did so many fun things.
There was so many really cool activities that we did when we were there. You know, and for me, I think about parasailing, I think about snorkeling with turtles, I think about going to Twin Falls and swimming under the waterfall. And I think for me, the favorite activity that I had was probably parasailing. It was the first day that we were there, and it was a lot of fun. It was super beautiful. It was really calm up there. I thought it would be like windy, and it wasn't at all. It's just very calm and peaceful, and you can sit there and talk while you're flying above the ocean and Maui and stuff. So I personally thought that was a really cool activity, and I would encourage anyone going to Maui to try out parasailing. It's a whole lot of fun. So
I agree. I was also gonna choose parasailing, but I will not then. I will choose maybe the Maui off-road adventures. I liked that a lot. It was a lot of fun. We were lucky in the aspect that it rained just a little bit right before we went, because I hear it can get really dusty, so that's something to keep in mind. You probably want to bring some kind of like gaiter or mask or something to put under your helmet, or you're going to be absolutely covered in dirt when you take it off. At least right here.
Yeah, when we got done with the Maui off-road adventures, we were cleaning up, and I didn't realize how filthy my face was. And Angie was mad that I cleaned it before she could get a picture of it. But yeah, I wish in hindsight I could have had a picture of that. It would have been fun to see how filthy we were.
It's gross.
Yeah. All right, so the next thing that we're going to discuss is what our favorite meal was on our trip. And once again, kind of like the activities, we knew going into this trip that we were going to a lot of nice places to eat. We definitely spent more than we probably should have on meals, and we went to a lot of really nice places in Maui and kind of splurged since it was our 15th anniversary, and we've both been working our butts off with COVID and stuff like that in terms of our jobs the last couple years. So we just kind of spoiled ourselves and did it right on this trip. And I mean, when I think about restaurants that we went to, there's the local favorites like Paia Fish Market, Down the Hatch, things like that. There was the fancy places we went, like Mama's Fish House. There was Merriman's. There was Lahaina Grill. There was also Sansei Sushi in Kapalua, which really surprised me as probably some of the best food that we ate on the trip. But if I had to pick my favorite meal, and that isn't just the food, it's the overall experience of it. I would probably pick Merriman's. We'd never been to Merriman's before, and I'd heard that it was really fancy and a really good experience, and it was super cool. The view was exceptional, the service was exceptional, the food was exceptional. Just the overall experience from pulling up to pulling away, they just make you feel like royalty when you get there. So I definitely thought that Merriman's was top notch. Now, some of this could be that I've been to Mama's Fish House a couple times before, and this is my first time at Merriman's, because Mama's Fish House is always incredible. But Merriman's had the new factor going where it kind of wowed me on things that I'd never experienced before. So my choice would be Merriman's. How about you?
I would say overall experience, probably Merriman's. Partly just because the view was absolutely incredible. We had a table out on the deck that we saw the whole sunset. It was really incredible. I don't think it could have been better as far as that goes. And the service was wonderful. The food was really good. It was definitely really expensive, but it was very, very good. Every aspect of it. It was really nice.
Yeah, no, that was a great dinner. All right, so the next thing we were going to discuss is what our favorite site was that we saw when we were there. And I think our thought process isn't as much like activity. There was a lot of activities we did, but what beautiful site did we go to that we appreciated the most? So do you want to start on this one, or do you want me to start?
I can start. I really liked Twin Falls. I thought it was incredible. Honestly, I could have gone for a little bit of a longer hike, but it was nice that it was pretty short. The cavern waterfall thing was really, really cool. It's pretty shallow all the way through, so you can get in it pretty easily, and it's pretty calm. But it was just so picturesque. It looked like a movie.
Yeah, and I would agree. I mean, kind of like I was saying that Merriman's would get my vote for best meal, and some of that might be because I've been to Mama's before, and Merriman's has the new factor. The day that we went to Twin Falls, we also went to Haleakala to watch the sunrise. And I mean, it's hard to think of anything more beautiful in the world than the sunrise up at Haleakala. It's just absolutely breathtaking and spectacular. But we had done that before earlier this year when we had gone with the kids. And so I had seen that before. And so I think the most beautiful site we went to was also Twin Falls. It was absolutely just amazing. And it was something that, I enjoyed a lot. I thought it was really spectacular, and getting to swim in a waterfall pool is something I'd never done before. That was pretty cool. So, yeah. All right, and then the last thing we're going to discuss is what our favorite memory is. So maybe, when we look back on this trip 3 to 5 years from now or something, and we think about it, what's going to be at the top of our list for our favorite memories from the trip? Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go?
I can go first. I don't have a specific memory per se. I think it's gonna be eating out at all the fancy restaurants we had, because we just had some amazing food at some really nice places. We don't usually go to places that nice, so just the overall experience at eating those places was just incredible, and I will definitely remember that.
Yeah, the meals that we had were absolutely spectacular. So that's definitely. I'm a big fan. One of the things I always tell people that I love about Hawaii and Maui in particular, but I think it relates to all of Hawaii, is that you can experience such different things within the same day because it's so diverse and has so many options. And when we went with the kids earlier this year, I would tell people that I got to zip line and snorkel with sea turtles in the same day. And it's like, how often can you do that? That's pretty amazing. And on this trip, I think the memory that'll really stick with me is being able to watch the sunrise at Haleakala and then be swimming in the pool of a waterfall like 2 hours later.
Yeah,
that was
pretty incredible.
Pretty amazing. Like that's a once in a life type of situation that is just spectacular. And we had great malasadas in between.
Oh,
which
definitely
helps. We found a new malasada place.
It was really good.
Kahului that was called Home Maid Bakery, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
And they were delicious. They may be on our list as our new favorite malasadas on the island of Maui, which is hard to think of.
Right.
Because the bakery in Lahaina has been our favorite.
It's really good.
Yeah. And then besides that, the other memory that I'll take from the trip is just all the quality time that we got to spend together. It was so nice. Like, we love our kids a lot and we love doing family vacations, but it's really nice once in a blue moon, just the two of us getting away for a while.
Yeah, it was. It was really nice.
And then the other thing that we didn't mention that I'll take away from this trip in terms of memories is the fact that we got to see 21 Pilots in Portland the night before we flew out for Maui. So to be able to start our trip off with a great show and then get up early the next morning to fly to Maui is a pretty cool way to start a trip. So that's something that I'll definitely remember 5 years from now too. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you've got any favorite activities or restaurants or memories from going to Hawaii, please leave your comments below. We would love to know what some of your thoughts are. Don't forget you can follow us on Instagram at Bucket Day Adventures. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you really want to show us your support, please subscribe to our channel and ring that notification bell so you can be notified of all of our latest videos that come out. Thanks again for joining us, and we sure hope you're doing something today to fill your bucket. Take care.